अभी आप सभी अनेक बार अपने स्व की दुनिया में
all of you
रहे हैं,
have stayed
राज
in your
किया
home
है
of Satyug, have
और
ruled in
अभी संगम
Satyug
युगी
for
रूप में
countless
बैठे हैं।
times, and you are now sitting
तो
here
आप भी
present
याद
in the
करो
confluence age. So you also remember
कि हम कलप कलप सत्युग के दुनिया में
that we,
राजधानी
every
बन करके
cycle,
रहे
we
हैं,
stayed in the
रहे
kingdom
हैं
of
ना सभी,
Satyug. Everyone has been in
राजअधिकारी
Satyug,
बन के
haven't you?
सत्युग में रहे
You've
हैं
had
ना।
the royal right,
हाथ
haven't you?
उठाओ,
Raise your hands.
देखो
See?
सभी रहे
So
हैं
if
ये तो
everyone has stayed in
सभी
Satyug, then
अनुभवी
so
होंगे।
then all of you must be
जहाँ राज किया
experienced.
है
Wherever you have
वहाँ तो अनुभवी
ruled,
होंगे
you will
ही।
definitely be
फिर भी अभी
experienced.
जो ये क्वेश्चन कर रही
And
है
so, even then,
तो
now,
वहाँ
as
क्या
Jayanti Ben
है,
is asking the question,
खुशी है बहुत,
there's a lot of
दुख का
happiness.
नाम निशानी
There is
नहीं है।
no trace of
तो वो
sorrow,
खुशी
no
की
name or
झलक
trace of
जो है
sorrow.
ना,
And so the sparkle
वो
of
चलने
happiness,
में, बैठने में,
it's
उठने में,
revealed
मिलने
in the
में,
way we sit
वो
and speak and meet
ऑटोमेटिकली
with each
होती है।
other. It's almost
तो
automatic.
जो ऑटोमेटिकली चीज होती है
And
ना,
so anything that moves by
वो बहुत
itself, that's
सुंदर लगती
automatic,
है। थोड़ी
it's very
बनावटी भी
beautiful to
बनाओ तो
see.
वो फर्क हो
Anything
जाता
that is
है।
artificial,
तो उनकी
artificially
डायरेक्ट
created, you
लाइफ
can
ही
see the
खुशी,
artificiality. But the life of the
खुशी भी
deity is
है
happiness, and
और
happiness is
सर्व
making the
प्राप्ति
move
स्वरूप भी
automatically.
है।
There's happiness
तो
and
सर्व
there is
प्राप्ति जहाँ
all
है,
attainments. And
उस
so wherever
सर्व
there are all
प्राप्ति का
attainments,
जो फीचर्स पर असर है,
there is the impact
वो
of all
बहुत
attainments on
सुंदर
the
है।
features. And so the
और
features
जैसे
appear to be very
होने
beautiful.
चाहिए, हम समझते हैं ऐसा होना चाहिए,
And,
वो प्रैक्टिकल वहाँ का
and
बदल।
as now we feel this is how our features should
तो
be,
हर एक का
there
चेहरा,
our features are practically revealing
जो
that
चेहरे
beauty.
पे हम समझते हैं
What
होना
we think
चाहिए,
should be
वो
reflected
सब
on our
में है।
faces now, that is
और
revealed there.
उसमें नेचुरल
And there's
खुशी
a
है,
very
एक होता
natural
है
happiness
कोई
there.
बात होती है तो
On the one
खुशी
side,
होती है,
our happiness is
लेकिन
dependent
ये
on
जीवन
something.
ही
When
खुशी
something
की है।
happens, then we're happy. But on the other
इसी
side,
कारण
it's just a
उनको
life
जो
of
भी
happiness.
चलन है ना,
And so whatever
वो
their
न्यारी हो
behavior
गया।
is like, it's very unique,
तो जो
very
ये सुना
lovely and
रही है,
very
वो तो कामन
very
है, वो
unique and lovely. And so what you're talking about,
कोई
Jayanti Ben, is
बनावटी भी नहीं है,
it's very
नेचुरल
common
लाइफ
there.
ही वो है।
It's very common there. In fact, it's not
तो आप
artificial,
सोचो
it's
वो
just a
कौन
very
थे?
natural life. And so
आप
just
ही थे
imagine,
ना।
who were those people? It was all of
तो
you,
आपकी
wasn't it?
ऐसी लाइफ थी,
And so you had
और
a
हर
life
5,000
like
बरस
this.
के बाद
And
आपकी ऐसी लाइफ
after every
बननी ही
5,000
है।
years,
अभी
your
नहीं
life
बनेगी, अभी
is
अभी
going to be
जाएंगे तो
created
कहाँ
like this. And it's being created
अभी
now.
भी अपने ही
Where else are you
सतयुग
going to
में
go anyway?
जैसे वर्णन कर रही है,
As we
उससे भी
speak of
ज्यादा
Satyug, even now,
जो भी होगा खुशी का रूप,
whatever we will
तंदुरुस्ती का
receive, be it the form of health, the form
और
of
सर्व
happiness,
प्राप्ति संपन्न का रूप,
or the form
वो
of being
वहाँ हर
full with
देवता
all
का होता है।
attainments, that is what will be emerged in every deity in Satyug.
कुछ कारोबार की जरूरत ही नहीं होंगी?
So, Dadi, no need for any business?
पढ़ाई पढ़ने जाएंगे बच्चे
Well, the kids will go
लेकिन
to
पढ़ाई
study
क्या
at
होंगी
school,
वहाँ?
but
सब
what's the
ज्ञान
study
तो
going to be?
यहाँ के सारे संगम युग का तो चलता ही है
The knowledge and
उठना
gyan
पड़ता है ना।
continues here in
तो
Confluence Age.
पढ़ने में मेहनत
And so,
नहीं जैसे
but
खेल
there,
होता
there's
है।
no effort in study. It's like it's a game.
जैसे आजकल पढ़ते हैं लोग तो बोझ समझते हैं
And
तो
nowadays, when they study, they
वहाँ
consider it to be a burden. But there, it's going to be a game.
और फिर राज्य कारोबार जो होता
And then what about the business of
राज्य
ruling the
चलाने का जो
kingdom?
कारोबार होता
What about all the work involved in ruling a kingdom? And she says, well, it's really simple. Because there's no fighting or quarreling that you have to think too much about what to do with this. This one we shouldn't do this here, we shouldn't do that there. And so there's no complications. It's all attainments.
लोग जो है उनके वाइब्रेशन भी वैसे ही शुभ है
And
तो
all the
कुछ
vibrations
सोचने
of
की
everyone are
जरूरत
very
नहीं,
pure. And so there's no
natural
need to
life
think
is.
about anything because life is very
तो जिस
natural.
समय वो एक दो को देखती हैं
So when they see each
दोनों
other,
की दृष्टि में क्या होता
then
है?
what's
एक
in their
दूसरे को
drishti
किस
towards
तरह से
each
देखते
other?
हैं?
How do they see
एक
each
तो
other?
को दृष्टि में अपने संबंध से भी देखते हैं
They see each other through the relationship they have,
और एक
because
दो
whatever
को देख
relationship they
करके
have, their drishti is accordingly.
वाइब्रेशन ऐसा शांति का सुख
But as
का
they see each
आनंद
other, there
का
are also
प्रेम का
vibrations of
जो
happiness
देखते
and
को
love
देख
and
करके
bliss and
सबका
peace.
वायुमंडल ऐसा होता
That as they look at each other, the
ज़्यादा
atmosphere is
silence का
around,
ही
created around
communication
them.
होता है।
So when Baba says that it's going to be a natural soul conscious stage, then is that experience of soul consciousness going to be a different feeling? In confluence stage, we have to think about it, we have to remember it, we have to make this stage firm. So what kind of soul conscious stage will be there? Here, you have to think. There, it'll be the natural form. There's no thinking there that I have to stay happy. I am happy. My nature is happy. And whoever's nature is happy, they don't even need to think about being happy.
ये कह सकते कि फिर भी
Can we say this?
सबके पवित्र है,
That
सबके
everyone's
शुद्ध है, सबके
sanskars
श्रेष्ठ
are
है।
pure, are
परंतु
elevated,
क्या
are
संस्कारों की
clean.
वैरायटी कुछ नजर आएंगी?
But will we see a variety in the sanskars?
और प्रजा में
Well, between the king, there will be a difference between the king and the subjects.
भी जो प्रजा है
But the subjects,
सारी खुश है ना,
they're all happy.
सारी में सर्व प्राप्ति
They all have the experience. There's a wave of everyone having all attainments. And
कोई
so,
में अंतर नहीं होता
in terms of happiness, there's no difference seen between anyone.
एक समान नजर आएंगे,
So will
कुछ
all the
फर्क नहीं
sanskars
आएगा,
be
कुछ
seen as
भिन्नता
equal,
होगी संस्कारों
or will
में।
there be a variety in the
उन
sanskars?
जैसे राजा होगा
Let's say there's the
तो
king.
राजा ही के संस्कार
So he's going to have the
नहीं होंगे।
sanskars of rulership. Those sanskars
वो
won't
राजा
be
ही के
present in the
संस्कार
subjects.
होंगे, लेकिन खुशी के
The sanskars of a ruler will be with the
natural.
ruler. And yet they'll all be happy. They'll be natural in their happiness.
श्री नारायण है।
Let's talk about
दोनों के
Sri
चाल
Lakshmi
चलन
and
में
Sri
क्या फर्क
Narayan.
होगा?
What's the difference in their
दोनों के
behavior
चाल चलन में फर्क
and
नहीं
activity?
होगा।
In
उनकी
there will be
खुशी,
no
उनका
difference
रुआ,
in their
उनका
behavior and
वो,
activity.
दोनों
Their
में
happiness,
होगा।
their intoxication, it'll be
क्योंकि दोनों ही
the same in both of them,
पुरुषार्थ की प्रारब्ध में
because both of them are
इसलिए
experiencing
उनको
the reward of their
पुरुषार्थ करना नहीं
effort.
पड़ता,
And
nature
so
है।
they don't have to make effort, it's their nature.
तो सब जैसे कि ये भी भेद नहीं रहता कि
So
ये
there's
स्त्री
no
है, ये
division
पुरुष है।
that, in consciousness that there's a man and a woman. Well, there is knowledge of that because as that consciousness is there and the activity that will be reflected in the attitude and drishti. Let's say the woman and the man, Lakshmi, Narayan, the king and queen. And so it's going to be the king that's going to sit on the throne, not Lakshmi. Narayan.
लक्ष्मी को तख्त कुछ
So
नहीं है
Lakshmi
अपना।
doesn't have a throne of her own?
वो अपनी फैमिली में होंगी ना।
Well, she's going to be in the family. She's not going to sit on the throne.
सिर्फ नारायण तख्त
It's
पर
only going to
बैठेगा।
be Narayan sitting on the throne.
सेरेमनी में बैठेंगे, लेकिन राज्य के समय तो अकेले ही बैठेंगे।
No, at the time of rulership, he will be the only one who sits on the throne.
कि अकेला नारायण ही तख्त पर
I'm not
बैठेगा।
understanding this, Dadi, that only Narayan will sit on the throne. Daddy goes, no, only at the time of the business of ruling the kingdom that he will sit on the throne. Will Lakshmi and Narayan discuss anything amongst themselves? Yes, they're going to have chit-chat amongst themselves, they're going to laugh and with each other, they're going to play with each other.
बनेंगे ना, आपको याद आता है आप बने हैं।
Well, do you remember you were this?
सोचती
Daddy,
थी
up until
कि
today,
हाँ
I
कुछ
was
फर्क
thinking
होगा जरूर
that
अवश्य
there's definitely going to be some
बाप
difference.
कहेंगे और फिर नंबर
Because
2 शब्द शोभता नहीं
Number
है
one is
परंतु
the
फिर
father,
भी
and number
वैसे तो हम
two,
कहते
we
हैं
don't want
श्री
to use
लक्ष्मी
the
first,
word.
श्री नारायण
It's
second,
not
परंतु
honorable to
फिर
use
भी
that word. We say
फर्क
Sri
है
Lakshmi
खुशी और मर्द
first and
में
Narayan the second.
हर एक का मर्तबा नंबर 1 अपने अनुसार.
ये अच्छी बात
The
बताई
status of happiness,
परंतु दादी,
everyone is equal.
ये एक मुझे नई बात लग रही है
This is a
कि
new thing for
राज
me.
करने समय सिर्फ
That
वो
at the
एक
time of
अकेला
ruling
ही
the
होगा।
kingdom, it is only going to be
उनके
him
साथी होंगे
ruling
ना,
it. He's going to have
जो
companions,
मददगार होंगे
those who are
राजा
helping
के
him,
काम में,
who are going to help him
वो
in the
तो
work of
होंगे,
ruling the kingdom.
लक्ष्मी नहीं होंगी,
But Lakshmi won't be there.
लेकिन साथी तो
But the
होंगे,
companions will be
अकेला
there.
तो
He's not going to
आज मेरी
rule
बुद्धि में
alone.
एक अभी नई बात आ रही
So
है
now there's a new thing
जो बाबा
emerging
कहते
in my
हैं कि आप
intellect
अपना
today.
लक्ष्य रखो
That Papa says,
लक्ष्मी नारायण बनने का
keep your
तो
aim
मुझे
of
लगता है
becoming
कि
Lakshmi
सिर्फ
and
नारायण
Narayan.
बनने का लक्ष्य रखना
But
चाहिए
I think that maybe I should just keep the aim of becoming Narayan. And Dadi
भले
laughs and
लक्ष्मी
says,
नारायण
yes,
दोनों
Narayan's
ही
number
कहा
one.
जाता है, फिर भी
We say Lakshmi
नंबर
Narayan,
1, 2
but
के
number
हिसाब से
one
तो
is
मैंने नारायण को
definitely Narayan.
वैसे कहते हैं
So
कि
now they
राज
say
रानी का और हुक्म सरकार का
that the order comes
तो
from
रानी
the
का भी तो
Lord,
कुछ राज्य तो होगा
and yet the queen is the ruler of the kingdom. So surely the queen must have some place to rule. She says, yes, yes, there is an equality
कोई भी
there.
काम है नारायण
It,
लक्ष्मी के ऊपर रखता है तो
there are
लक्ष्मी
some
भी
things
ऐसा ही करेगी जैसे
that Narayan will put onto Lakshmi, and Lakshmi will move like Narayan moves. Each one has an authority of their own intellects. They are no less than each other.
अपनी शक्ति अपना अपना संस्कार अपने
They have their own powers, their own intellect, their own duties. Each has their own individual duties and powers.